Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Chained Thane. And Chained Thane has a follow-up question to my vlog the other day about laminating a magical scroll. And the question is this. Chained Thane tells us that they have a lucky charm bag that is a found object that they have carried for some time and have found to be very beneficial to them. Recently, the knot that holds this bag closed has come undone. Their question is, should they retie it? And they point out that they're aware of the belief that when the knot comes undone, the bag has served its purpose, but they still feel the energy in the bag and still feel it's helpful to them. And what would I recommend? And my answer to this is going to start out in the same way that I answered the previous question to Morgaine. I would start with divination. I would do divination to see if the bag wants to be reknotted, if it is necessary or desirable to do so. And that would be my primary piece of advice. Having said that, if it were me, would I reknot the bag? Well, yes, I would. But this is a very different kind of situation from laminating the scroll. In terms of laminating the scroll, it could theoretically disrupt the energy of the object, because this has never been done to it before. In terms of reknotting the bag, you're restoring it to what it was in a very simple way. If you fear that the charm bag is losing its energy because it's been unknotted, the worst thing that can happen by reknotting it is that it continues to lose its energy. The best thing, of course, is that you arrest that process. And in fact, Chained Thane does not even think that process is happening because, again, the energy in the bag feels the same. So I would think that it really would not be harmful to reknot the knot. But I would recommend doing divination first because this is an item that is important to Chained Thane, and therefore they want to have some insight into it before doing it. But it's a much smaller alteration, even though Chained Thane did not make the bag, but you're merely restoring it to what it was, so I wouldn't think it would be as big a deal. So generally speaking, what would I say in similar situations? If you have a magical artifact that has been damaged or has had some part come undone, should you restore it? And I would have to say it's an individual thing, and again I would recommend doing divination, but generally I would not think that's a bad idea. It's very different from changing the object. And changing the object is not necessarily a bad idea either, but again, I would first consult divination. And of course it's very helpful if you know the person who originally made it. For example, Lady Bitterwind, the retired first elder of the Corellian tradition, and Lady Rhianna Marie, a Corellian high priestess who's done a great many craftings of magical artifacts, both feel that when the person receives their artifact from them, they certainly should customize it to their own needs. Not everyone who makes magical artifacts feels the same way. It's helpful to know how the original creator felt, because that will affect the energy. So what can you do when you cannot contact that person? Again, divination. So that would be my advice, and that would be how I would handle it, and I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. The Tarot of Hecate. My 100-card tarot deck, 30 years in the making, finally available to you from witchschoolstore.com. Check out a copy today.